Imagine if there was a series where an ordinary guy who enjoys anime gets sent to another world, but what if when he returned he brought the characters with him? What if different characters from different stories and genres battle in a war to determine the fate of reality? This is the anime equivalent of taking Monkey D. Luffy, Cutie Honey and Alexander Anderson and having them fight. But the most interesting part about this series is the characters becoming self-aware of themselves being fictional in our world. This series actually reminds me of my favourite Marvel movie Civil War because it's more than just fights. It has characters questioning each other and their morality, and all that leads to the fighting. There are different genres thrown around with the characters to work into the story, like mecha, fantasy, school life and magical girl. There is also the different forms of media that they come from and their positions in their stories, protagonists, antagonists, secondary characters and NPCs. This show takes the different characters and makes them interact like this is in Super Smash Bros. One of the characters is a princess and knight who meets the author and illustrator of their book, which is a strange relationship, but they get on. One character discovers that she is an NPC who finds out that her creator has passed away. It brings so much into the characters and how much the real world changes them. The real world is shown to be more layered and textured than the character's world due to the amount of detail that went into the media that doesn't come close to match the real world. The characters react to the real world differently based on the specific world that they come from, like the magical girl in her show, which is based on stuff like Sailor Moon. She's a simple character who just beats up the bad guys, but when in the real world things become more complicated. She battles everyone as everyone looks like an enemy to her. She's pretty shallow because that's just the type of show she comes from. A show that is supposed to just teach easy morals to kids and show a bad guy getting destroyed by the powers of friendship or love or something. I find her one of the most fascinating characters due to the fact that she sides with the villains after being fed something that sounds reasonable from the main villain. Oh yeah, the villain. A military uniform princess who battles using a sword with a gun as a violin to fire daggers because it looks cool. The rule of cool is used here to great effect. Also, she has my favourite character design due to the contrast between her white hair and black uniform. The story allows the characters to battle creatively with different weapons and powers like the giant hearts of explosions and giant robots. It helps that the show has some great character designs for the different combatants like the previously mentioned General Princess. On top of all of that, the series is directed by Ao Aiki, who directed Fate Zero, and the music was done by Hiroyuki Sawano, who has done the soundtrack for Guilty Crown, Kill La Kill and many other series over his career. Remember one thing, reality is a cruel and unforgiving place. Welcome to Recreators. If you like this video, please give it a like and subscribe for more content from yours truly. Also follow me on Twitter through the link in the description.